for now, 87, 88 points higher on the Nifty right now. Aditya Narain is Managing Director and Head of Research at Edelweiss Securities. He's our Market Master of the day. Aditya, great to have you with us here. Thank you very much. Prashant this side. Your thoughts, Aditya, in terms of where we are in the market cycle at about 17,000. How are things according to you? Is it still time for a little bit of caution, or do you think, with what we've seen recently, the bounce we've seen, the runway is a bit more cleaner now?
So I think this is a kind of a settling down phase that you're going to get through. The markets had quite obviously kind of got a certain amount of froth. A lot of that has come off, and I think it's going to be slightly indecisive over the near to medium term. I think if you look into the next year, I think it's really going to be a little bit of a tug of war between at some level a what if, which is what all can go wrong given some of the macro and top down headwinds that you have, right? And I think the other end you will have the kind of what can be, which is the fact that the economic cycle is on an upswing. You've got capital in the system, and I think confidence at the corporate level is clearly significantly higher than you had for many, many years. So I would tend to believe the immediate term is a little bit of a settling down phase, not very dramatic on either side. Beyond that, it will be a slow struggle up. But that's how I would tend to see it at this point in time. But some of the sharp moves that you've seen on either side, some of the overexcitement either on the buy side or on the bearish side, I think that will tend to peter off for some time.
Okay, Aditya, good morning. So, of course, you're not. I'm not asking technicals, but since you answered that sharp moves might be out of the way, are you saying that we might have made high and low for some time on the Nifty? But do you see the possibility of either breaking, 18,600 on the upside or the recent lows on the downside? Do you think for some time perhaps the market could be in this range?
I'm not a technical guy, but at some level, that's what I'm saying. That I think the extremes that you've had on the market, I think that is simply going to ease off. There are points in time where the economic cycle is underappreciated or the market cycle is underappreciated. At this point in time, I think neither is the case. You've had a fair amount of excitement over the last couple of months. You've had a lot of IPOs. You've had a lot of money come in. And I think this is just a phase when it tends to settle off a little bit, particularly given that there are uncertainties into the next year. If you were looking at a decisive economic direction, or you were looking at an extreme level from a market perspective, that's when you could have got something very significant on either side. I think that is not the case. So in a complicated manner to address your issue, yes, I think the highs and the lows that we've seen, I think they will take some time before they're broken.
Okay, the highs and the lows will take some time before they're broken. Actually, a frustrating market for traders is the best market for investors, right? You get some time to do your research, pick your stocks, perhaps buy stocks at good levels as well. So, Aditya, looking into 2022, what do you see as the biggest themes of the year where investors can perhaps capitalize and make the most money?
I think the biggest theme to look at is really the fact that over the last year or so, particularly in this revival that you've seen, there's been a surge towards the top end of the market and towards a certain amount of consolidation that has happened in underlying businesses. In my view, if the economic cycle is to move on to another leg, this dichotomy has to tend to narrow a little bit. So I think it's going to be a time where the lower end, the bottom end of consumption starts climbing its way back, which is different from what we've seen so far, where it's been the top end, it's been a narrow segment that has been showing demand and consumption capability. And I think into the next year, I think that's going to be probably the more decisive thing that you need to look at, which is the lower end, whether it is two-wheeler demand, whether it is consumer staple demand picking up a little bit, whether it is the benefits of costs that come in, which play through to some of these businesses. So I'd say that is going to be the linear trend this year that is probably not factored into the market, right? I think there are other themes like the IT theme, which we've been bullish on for quite a period of time. I think that will sustain. The excitement around it will probably ease off a little bit, but the underlying trend will actually tend to sustain. But the one that I think the market is not fully factoring in at this point in time is the fact that for the economic cycle to sustain, you need the lower end to pick up and to kick up. And I think you're going to start seeing signs of that.
Aditya, just a slightly off the tangent question. So, you know, you diversify here, but does it also make sense to diversify with a little more international focus? I don't know if you've thought about it. I mean, I was just thinking, for example, I mean, the entire China internet space, right? I mean, that's seen a huge derating, sell-off through the course of this year. The total market cap of listed entities, internet names, is a little over $1 trillion. You know, Apple is worth $2.5 trillion. I mean, just for comparison, just to make the point, no real sort of comparison there.
Yeah.
Should one look for
Absolutely.
diversification? Go on.
Yeah. So I think that's firstly a very fair point, right? Particularly given the fact that you've seen some currency challenges for our market, you know, which inevitably require a certain hedge against it. So I'd put it in two buckets. One is, at some level, domestic equities are more internationally aligned than one believes. You know, if you actually look back, some of the revenues of India's corporates are very, very linked to what's happening globally in terms of global growth. So I think there you get a little bit of a natural hedge, even though at this point in time, some of that global demand might be a little softer than what we've seen over a period of time. So that's one bit, that you're naturally carrying a certain hedge or a certain linkage to what's happening with international demand, right? The second part is your more specific question in terms of whether one should look at Chinese internet or whether one should look at, you know, direct diversification. Quite honestly, I think that's always a good thing. If you've had a situation where India has done much better than the rest, and at some level, if you talk about China, which has really underperformed, then that becomes a natural place where you can hedge yourself a little bit more. So I think that's a reasonable trade. I do believe that, you know, when we look at the domestic market, sometimes we become too narrow looking only at what's happening here, and particularly price action, and particularly when the price action is good for India. So to that extent, yes, a certain amount of diversification, I think, does tend to make a certain amount of sense. I think just adding to it, I think the whole technology space, I think that's very interesting for India, because so far it's really been IT services that you could have played in India, and now you've really got the consumer tech that has come in. And I suspect it'll be followed by a little harder tech also. So I think that's a space we should generally, as investors, be aligned with, whether you capture it with the Indian companies or whether you capture it with NASDAQ or potentially capture it with a little bit of the Chinese. I think it's something that one must capture, and one must have a certain balance across one's portfolios.
Okay, by the way, real estate is looking like a bit of a theme today. It's corrected. DLF is leading that, bit of a breakaway gap on that, and a couple of other stocks are also seeing some follow through action. So that's a space doing well right now. Aditya, Realty has made a big comeback. You know, nobody wanted to touch it 2 years back, and now it's becoming a bit of a consensus buy. Do you like it? Any thoughts here?
So I think two things. We like it at the stock level and the theme that is happening, and that's one place where this consolidation thing is continuing to get a kicker, right? Where we be a little bit more watchful is in terms of valuations, because if you look at these businesses, I mean, all of them are now trading anywhere from at NAV to a premium of 20 to 30% of NAV, and those are levels from which you don't really make too much money, right? I also tend to add that generally, as an investment philosophy, what I have always believed is that if you've got underlying growth, demand, and momentum in a business, you typically don't stand up against it, right? Even if valuations have stretched a little bit. So while I've beaten around the bush a little bit, what I would say is we like the theme and the likelihood of there being continued momentum probably a little bit more than we like the stocks at a portfolio level.
Okay, I wanted your thoughts, Aditya, on these new age tech companies, these platform companies, whether it's Nykaa, Zomato, PB Fintech, a couple of these other Paytm, etc. Anything here that stands out for you in terms of long-term potential, despite all the volatility we've seen so far?
Yeah, so we don't actually cover any of them directly at this point in time. We cover Zomato, on which we've got a kind of a hold recommendation. I'd split it into whether these businesses are here to stay and to expand very meaningfully, I think the answer is a distinct yes. I think whether these chaps are valued at this point in time appropriately, I'd say the jury is still out, but I'd say roundabouts, they aren't off the mark in a meaningful manner. I think what is not known at this point in time is whether each of these businesses will remain as dominant or become more dominant or lose their dominance. I think the ability to make a business only or a company specific call at this point in time, I think that is what is missing from the general awareness that people have, because the whole space has come to light so recently, right? So bottom line is, should it be part of your portfolios? Yes. Are they very attractively priced at this point in time? Probably a little bit on the middling side, right? Are they a theme that is a theme that is here to stay? Definitely. And is it good for the markets? And I think it is very, very good for the markets, because what it is giving you is another engine of growth. I think tech of this form is the one thing that's been missing from India's market mix. If you step back, India has typically tended to be a continental market. You've had actually almost every sector to play, right? This is the space that was missing. The fact that it has come into the market, I think it makes it very, very meaningful. So I think it's a theme that the markets will follow, one should follow. There will be stocks that will create investment patterns. We just need a little bit more settling down in terms of the competitive positionings of companies and the kind of growth rates that they get. So again, it's a long answer. I've not given you a buy or a sell call on it, but I think it's just going to be fundamentally much, much more important. And there will be great opportunities, and there are already very good companies.
Okay, all right. So I think the last line summed it up, right? There will be great opportunities and there are very good companies in this space. Aditya, a happy new year to you and your entire team. Thank you so much for joining us, and hope you have an absolutely fabulous year ahead and great health, right? That's what we all pray for these days. Thanks a lot for joining us.
And all of that and more to both your listeners and to your team. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. I think that's what everyone's praying for these days. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll have great health next year too. Let's do one thing. Let's get back to the markets, which by the way is picking up pace now. So the Nifty is up over 116 points. The mid cap index is doing great this morning, almost 300 points.